message is very clear. Singers and
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Hope you're doing fine. Welcome to Good Morning Grenada. Hey folks, let me tell you this. We're unable to carry the program live via our Facebook page this morning due to some technical inefficiencies. But we are on our YouTube page and on our television platform. So you can join us there. I feel sad though.
But it's time for another chapter.
Nonetheless, good morning.
This could be the final train. I ain't getting left out.
Let we sing.
So Papa Jesus. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So Papa Jesus. Praise his name in Papa. Oh Papa Jesus. Oh yeah. Reggae for Jesus. Oh yeah. All who say that they love my music, but my decision make them sad.
The music there of Edson Ajamu Mitchell. MBE. Had a nice conversation with him Sunday morning. Yeah, he dropped by. It's just in the vicinity of our church. Coming from his. Good morning, Pastor Stanford Simon. How are you doing, bro? How's the pressure this morning? I hope it's at a manageable state. Good morning to the medical fraternity, the doctors, the nurses, the wardens, everybody.
Talent is simply nothing if I didn't use it the right way.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I may have to stammer when the Lord has the judgment day. Mister, what you did with your talent? How many souls you helped to convert? Only money, the fame and glamour.
Good morning, Dr. Love. And the Laborians. Drinking your cocoa tea this morning as usual, right? Well, I'm here doing my coffee. Small Axe, good morning to you and Sally and the rest of the family.
Let us glorify his name.
That's the wisest thing to do.
I don't want to be with the many who will be junking and falling down. When the ram of the head so deaf, they won't hear when the trumpet sounds. So I sing it. So
make a joyful noise. Scare the devil away. Read one chapter. Yeah.
Feels so good for us to pray.
Mama Ken, good morning to you. Moyaki and family.
Praise the Lord. Praise him. Praise him. Praise him. Praise him. I'm in the spirit.
Saying good morning to my good friend, Mr. Clyde Belfon. Good morning, bro. Haven't heard from you in ages, man. What's wrong? What's up? As the youngsters would say, what's up, man? Nice. Good. All right, let's get with the program and get to the word of the day. And the word of the day today, it's an adjective. It's a nice word. I like that word. It's lackluster. 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 Now, lackluster describes something lacking in sheen, brilliance, or vitality. In other words, something dull or mediocre. Dorian, you with me, right? Did not see it on the screen, so I'm just double checking to make sure we have all the technicalities right. Thank you very much. Lackluster, Lackluster. It's an adjective. It describes something lacking in sheen, brilliance, or vitality. In other words, something dull or mediocre. Here's how we can use that word in a sentence. After a summer of lackluster sales, business is booming at the coffee shop now that students are returning. Nice. The coffee shop. Nice, nice. Now I'm hearing talks about the formation of a real poultry association, a poultry cooperative. That sounds good. I like that. Nice. It's about time that the farmers come together and dominate, the field, the business sector that they're into. Yeah, it's important that they do that. That way you can make more meaningful demands and contributions. You can go to government and say, hey, listen, we want you to mitigate on our behalf in terms of, the lowering of the price of feed. You know them kind of things? Yeah. Nice. Can cut out the middleman, the butchers that make all the money when you sell your meat. You sell your animal, they come and they negotiate to the price that is beneficial to them. One of the questions that they always ask is, when we pay you that for it, how much we making? Talking about the butchers now, as farmers, how much are we making? Remembering that we get the animal from small and have to grow it up to bring it to maturity so that the butchers can make the money and the farmers just break even. We've got to get involved to control that. Nonetheless, I want to say good morning to you, Nadisha. This is your time. Good morning to all the wonderful folks inside of Cafe. Yeah, Cafe in St. Andrew. Crucial, good morning too. Yep. Latantin St. David, good morning. Pomerose, Mount Agnes and surrounding areas. Apretute, good morning. The thought of the day, it says, gold is the currency of kings. Silver is the currency of gentlemen. Barter is the currency of peasants. But debt is the currency of slaves. You're a slave to debt. Yeah, I'll reiterate that. Gold is the currency of kings. Silver is the currency of gentlemen. Barter is the currency of peasants. But debt is the currency of slaves. Nice. 21 minutes on to 7 o'clock. That is the time. What's buzzing this morning? Well, we know Kirani Jaguar James is in the final of the 400 meters. That race is scheduled to run off at about 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock our time today. And Grenadians' eyes will be locked to the television screens, all right? Yeah, we expect him to carry us the gold again. If he doesn't, though, we're appreciative of his efforts. He's repping us and also the rest of the 4-member team that is representing us at the athletics, the championship in Budapest. All right, also buzzing this morning. Police have arrested and charged a 22-year-old Woburn resident in connection with the fatal shooting, that incident that occurred at Egmont Point on Carnival Monday. Now the suspect is identified as 22-year-old Johannes Charles. He made his first court appearance before Chief Magistrate Francine Foster at the St. George's No. 1 Magistrates Court on Monday. And all indications are showing that there are more persons involved in that plot. Yep. Understand, yeah, maybe I should just hush because that's a case, an investigation in progress. But, I understand that this case has a Trinidad connection. I saw a message from a Trinidad businessman that said thanks to Grenada for solving a case involving Trinidad gangsters. Yep, okay. Also buzzing this morning, the Grenada Tourism Authority addressed the underwater sculpture. It clarified the story behind the new sculpture underwater, which raised some eyebrows when photographs of it were shared earlier this month. Yeah, yesterday I had Mr. Dolland and Mr. Trevor, Jason I think was his name, as they shared with us the new sculptures that will be laid at the Molina protected area. It will be on display today from at the Prickly Bay from 6, I think it is. Also buzzing, Bristol to head the Integrity Commission. All right, the Integrity Commission has a new head in the person of Attorney Gillian Bristol. Bristol was first announced as the chairperson of the Integrity Commission during the tribute section for the funeral service of the late retired Justice Monica Joseph. Congratulations, ma'am, and we look forward to your professionalism in that one. Okay, 115 Grenadians received free dental services yesterday at the National Cricket Stadium. That was supported by the Sandals Foundation. Volunteer dentists from Canada and the USA kicked off the now annual initiative, which continues through to next Friday, 1st September. The general public was welcome and is welcome to the walk-in only clinic for cleanings, fillings, and extraction. So those are the stories buzzing this morning. Yep, those are the buzzing stories this morning. We have no in-house guest this morning, so it's conversation time. We'll have a great conversation this morning. Someone just sent me this via our WhatsApp platform. It says, "Seek God's guidance in all aspects of your life, for He is the source of wisdom and understanding. Trust in His plan, even when it seems uncertain or changing or challenging. Through prayer, study of His Word, and a genuine relationship with Him, you will find strength, peace, and direction for your journey." Thank you very much, my dear friend. Thank you very much. You keep sending me messages, but up to now, I cannot see your name. That's not nice. Good. This person says, "Good morning, Mr. Gordon. I am so happy to be on the land of the living. Just want to say good morning to my loving family of Bellevue in St. David, my son Cadell Gordon, to my loving husband Lester Carmichael, and Lover's Kitchen. This is coming from Kirona Carmichael. God bless you. God bless you too, Kirona. Have a great day and keep it locked to Classic." Folks, this is where we've got to take that break. We've got the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather forthcoming. Those of you who are locked to the television platform, you've got a rebroadcast of last evening's television news. Those of you who are here with me, we've got the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather. Stick and stay with us. Don't you go anywhere.
Freedom is driven to pursue that passion that keeps you up at night and makes you smile in your sleep. Freedom is bold to embrace the possibilities that can open up your world and conquer new heights. Freedom is fabulous, with bits and pieces that enhance the quality of your life. Freedom is what you do with the flexibility to change path or direction when you need to. Freedom breeds ambition and purpose while having loads of fun along the way. But most of all, freedom is well-deserved for the road traveled and the journey still to come. Unleash your freedom with Nexa Credit Union. Offer ends August 31st, 2023. Call us on 440-1354 or visit our website to pre-apply. Apply now. Freedom awaits.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. Police have arrested and charged a Woburn St. George resident in connection with the fatal shooting incident at Egmont Point on Carnival Monday. The suspect, identified as 22-year-old Johannes Charles, made his first appearance before Chief Magistrate Francine Foster at the St. George's No. 1 Magistrates Court on Monday. Nisha Paul will tell us more.
22-year-old Johannes Charles is facing indictable charges of abetment of capital murder in connection with the death of 30-year-old Delvon Thomas and abetment to attempt to commit capital murder in connection with the shooting of Linton Warwood. GBN understands that the Woburn St. George resident, who was taken into police custody on Friday last, is facing additional charges of possession of ammunition and a small quantity of cannabis as a result of a search conducted on his premises. Charles, who is being represented in the matter by attorney Arlie Gill, has been remanded to the Richmond Hill prison until September 8th. The charges, which were laid against him on Sunday, stems from the Carnival Monday shooting incident at the luxury home of Warwood, who also suffered injuries. The small businessman, who is associated with the mass band Bashik, has since flown out of the island. The Trinidad Daily Express reported on Saturday that the fatal shooting incident may have been a hit ordered by a notorious gang leader from behind prison walls on the neighboring island. According to the report, the intended target was a Trinidadian man who resides in Europe and has been at odds with the incarcerated gang leader for several years. The online report reads in part, and I quote, "According to the source, important information was obtained indicating that the intended target may have left minutes before the shooting and that Thomas and Warwood were most likely collateral damage," end quote. When contacted on Monday, officer in charge of the Criminal Investigations Department, Assistant Superintendent of Police Ryan Hall, acknowledged the reports coming out of the neighboring island, stating, and I quote, "We have communicated with our regional colleagues and we are exploring all possibilities," end quote. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
The Grenada Tourism Authority is clarifying the story behind a new underwater sculpture which raised some eyebrows when photographs of it were shared earlier this month. Beverly Telesford reports.
The Molyneux Bay Underwater Sculpture Park, created in 2006 by British sculptor Jason de Taylor, is set for a facelift in October this year. One of the latest sculptures created questions in the minds of many who expressed concern about the connection between the sculptures and Grenada. Chairman of the Grenada Tourism Authority, Randall Darland, said the Mama Glow sculpture has been misunderstood by the public.
Mama Glow distinctly means she's a protector of the rivers and all of its animals that live in the river. That's who Mama Glow is. That's what she does. And I believe that, the sort of comparisons were being made comes from Greek mythology, which is Medusa, completely different character. So Mama Glow essentially protects all the river creatures, all of their lives, ensure that she protects them from hunters and from humans who would come in, kill the animals or pollute the waters essentially. And she would lure them in with her beautiful looks and with her sort of the snake tail, was sort of like then, get them away from the areas, right, essentially.
Dolan said the sculpture speaks to Caribbean folklore, and the misunderstanding of what it represents serves as a reminder for us to brush up on our myths and stories.
We have to continue to embrace our sort of local or West Indian folklore, because that's where all of these things have come from. You're looking at the Laja Bless, the Jab Jab. All of these things are sort of these are our own. This is West Indian folklore. So, if we're outside recruiting Greek mythology, I think that, we have to also pay attention to our own as well, right?
The park features more than 65 sculptures, with each sculpture telling a different story and conveying a powerful message. 27 new sculptures will be added to the park in October. While the majority of the new sculptures were done by Jason de Taylor, local sculptors have also contributed their artistic talent.
The sculptures are all casts of Grenadians. So I had Grenadians come to my studio. They sat as models. We did plaster casts of different people from all different parishes on the island. We made molds of them. We made all the forms, all the different characters and masqueraders of the carnival. Then I also employed a team of local artists here in Grenada to actually help me produce the work. So
the new installments will feature cultural elements such as the Jab Jab and Shortney. The Molyneux Bay Underwater Sculpture Park has become a popular attraction for both locals and tourists. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
The Integrity Commission has a new head in the person of Attorney Gillian Bristol. Bristol was first announced as the chairperson of the Integrity Commission during the tribute section for the funeral service of the late retired Justice Monica Joseph, former chairperson of the Integrity Commission.
I would like to invite to the podium Ambassador Gillian Bristol, Chairman of the Integrity Commission of Grenada. Ambassador Bristol.
Good afternoon. I stand on protocol as established.
An official from the Integrity Commission further confirmed Bristol's appointment when contacted via telephone on Monday. However, the official was not in a position to provide further details. Attorney Bristol, who is a former ambassador to the United States, Mexico, and the OAS, replaces Anande Trotman Joseph, whose 2-year appointment ended on February 15. According to Part 2 of the Integrity in Public Life Act, the Commission shall consist of persons appointed by the Governor General. They are a chairperson who shall be a retired judge, an attorney at law of at least 15 years standing, or a citizen of Grenada who is a person of good standing in the community, a certified or chartered accountant, an attorney at law of at least 7 years standing, one person on the recommendation of the Prime Minister, one person on the recommendation of the Leader of the Opposition, and 2 persons after consultations with faith-based organizations. It is unclear at this time who the other members are, but it is understood that several who served on the previous commission were retained for a further term. The law states that a person appointed to the commission shall be a person of high integrity who shall exercise competence, diligence, sound judgment, confidentiality, and impartiality in fulfilling his or her duties pursuant to the provisions of this Act. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
In a significant stride towards bolstering grassroots democracy and citizen engagement, political leader of the ruling National Democratic Congress, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell, has launched an innovative challenge fund for constituencies. That's according to a Facebook post by Minister for Social and Community Development, Philip Telesford. It further stated that last Saturday, the Prime Minister handed over charge of this fund to Minister Telesford at a meeting of the National Democratic Congress's polling division branch leaders. This visionary initiative aims to cultivate active participation by encouraging cash donations that will directly benefit various constituencies. To facilitate this, donation boxes will be strategically placed at constituency offices. This fund exemplifies a dynamic approach to community empowerment and collaborative development. Minister Telesford lauds this transformative endeavor, recognizing its potential to foster unprecedented civic support and usher in a new era of constituency-driven progress. Donations in the boxes will be accessible once an election is announced and will be used for campaign activities. The Public Workers Union has renamed its scholarship program and now bears the name of one of its former presidents in recognition of sterling contribution to the trade union movement. We have the details for you here.
It is with great pleasure that I declare henceforth, as mandated by Council, the GPW Scholarship Awards be renamed the Laureate Clarkson Scholarship Award.
That was President of the Grenada Public Workers Union, Brian Grimes. On Monday, the GPWU held its scholarship and award ceremony. President Grimes said the renaming of the scholarship awards is in recognition of the enormous contribution made over the years in many spheres by former trade unionist, the late Laureate Clarkson.
Fathers of the history of the Grenada Public Workers Union, and by extension, the trade union movement, there are names that must reside in immortality based on the enormous contributions they have made to the movement and the country, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. One such person is Sister Laurette Clarkson. After decades of service to country, she transitioned in 2020, but not before leaving indelible and historic footprints at the GPW.
24 students successful in this year's Caribbean Primary Exit Assessment were given a one-off grant, while 4 new students were awarded 5-year scholarships. That's in addition to 16 continuing scholarships for students attending the T.A. Marisho Community College. Grants implode upon students to love school and consider the long-term benefits when they enter adulthood.
Education be a fun experience for you. Education is not just reading books, but it's also interacting with your friends, interacting with your teachers, and just gaining experience. At the end of it, if you make it fun and if you apply yourself, it will read down well for you in the future when you become adults, in terms of being able to earn and even being able to take care of those who took care of you.
The PWU president assured parents that the union is there to render assistance whenever and wherever necessary. He encouraged parents to be their children's main support system, encouraging them in what they are passionate about.
So, as parents, we have to be conscious of not necessarily pushing what we want on the child, but understanding what the child's talent is and pushing them in that direction. When you do that, it's natural. They like something, they will get good at it because learning becomes fun. So don't push them to be a doctor or a lawyer and they don't have that particular gift, love, passion, or skill set.
Christina John, GBN News.
It is day 1 of a 2-week dental clinic, and already scores of Grenadians have converged at the National Stadium to access free dental care. Great Shape Inc. is back on the island with its free dental clinic from August the 21st to September the 1st. About 110 dental care providers from the U.S. and Canada have volunteered to be part of the program in collaboration with the Ministry of Education, Health, and Sandals Grenada. Citizens will have access to services such as fillings, extractions, cleaning, x-rays, sealants, fluorides, examinations, root canals in some instances, and screening for blood pressure. From August the 28th to September the 1st, a special dental care program by Great Shape Dentists called Seal Grenada will also be provided for children between the ages of 6 and 18. This will be held in the parish of St. David at the Corinth Government School. The aim of that program is to lessen cavities among children on the island. Great Shape Inc. hopes to provide dental care to over 1,000 Grenadians over the next 2 weeks. When the Grenadian Jaguar takes to the track, Grenadians celebrate. We take a look back at Granny James' latest accomplishment with the GBN ISOL lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISOL is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Granny James' winning performance in Heat 4 of the men's 400 meters at the Budapest 2023 World Athletics Championships takes spotlight in tonight's GBN ISOL. James won the heat on Sunday in a time of 44.91 seconds, the 14th fastest time overall. We wish the Jaguar the best of luck as he prepares for the final of that event on Tuesday at 3 p.m. local time. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Summer is here and it's time to level up with ACB Grenada Bank. We understand that sometimes you need a little extra help to make the most of your summer plans. Whether it's a relaxing getaway or improvements for the home like a new AC to beat the summer heat. An unsecured loan from ACB Grenada Bank can make it happen. ACB Grenada Bank. Simply smarter banking.
At Guardian Group, we've seen so many of our customers achieve great things. So, it's no surprise that after 175 years, our optimism is stronger than ever. Because when you've partnered with people to achieve their best lives as long as we have, you tend to see the world a little brighter every day. Guardian Group. Live easy.
So it begins, a journey like none other. Every moment has the potential to be unforgettable. Bring home a piece of the tropical green forest with every emerald. Capture the sparkling light of flawless water in a diamond. Make the sunrise and sunsets last forever. With precious colored gemstones, the essence of happiness is in our most precious memories. So, when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will last forever. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
I've been here doing nails since 2017. Me being self-employed, I have realized that paying the NIS benefits me now and even when I retire. By the time I'm 65, I will be receiving contributions back from NIS. So I benefit because I'm self-employed. Anything can happen. If anything happens to you while you're at work, you've got a bad cold, you have the COVID, you have dengue, we have all these diseases that's plaguing us at the moment. NIS will be giving you back some form of money when you're ill. So I would encourage all small business persons to sign up with NIS now.
The Ministry of Tourism and Economic Development and the Grenada Tourism Authority extend a warm welcome to visitors and returning nationals visiting for Carnival and summer vacation. We do hope you enjoy your stay with us, and we invite you to return with friends and family to celebrate our 50th anniversary of independence on 7th February 2024. Tourism is my business, your business, our business.
Let the family fun days continue. At Courts, we have what you need to kick the vacation time into high gear. Large screen TVs, comfy indoor and outdoor furniture, grills, pools, and more. And you can shop today with no cash and pay us later. Ask us about our Super Shield extended warranty that protects your purchases for up to 4 years. So enjoy more family fun days. Get what you need at Courts, bringing value home. Offer ends August 23rd, 2023. Special conditions apply.
Do you have an idea for a training program that can lead to the development of economic activity in your community? Then call the National Training Agency. The NTA will help you identify trainers and will also assist you to develop and implement training programs. So whether it's community tourism, strawcraft production, small engine repairs, agri-food processing, agriculture, or any other vocational or creative industry skill, call the National Training Agency to help you implement your community-based training. Call 435-9092-9093. Training Agency. Enhancing the employability of Grenada's workforce.
we've seen so many of our customers achieve great things. So, it's no surprise that after 175 years, our optimism is stronger than ever. Because when you've partnered with people to achieve their best lives as long as we have, you tend to see the world a little brighter every day. Guardian Group. Live easy.
OECS, this is your ocean. If I am to protect your future, we have to work together. It's the time to work together. If I am to help protect your future. Once I used to be so pure and clean, and those hills were so fresh and green. But now you see me as your dumping ground. The current situations have me choking on your pollution. Think hard about it. You will agree that really there is no you without me. Make the zero waste pledge, be responsible. Reduce your waste, recycle where possible. It's down to you, so make the commitment. Recycle for blue oceans and our betterment. Recycle OECS. Green actions, blue oceans. For blue oceans and our betterment.
The biggest party in sport is back. CPL and WCPL return with more action than ever before.
Are you kidding me?
Watch the biggest names in cricket battle it out in the race for glory.
Brilliantly. Celebrate some more.
Get your tickets now at cplt20.com or at the box office. Join the party. Experience cricket played louder.
Grenada's broadcast of Republic Bank CPL 2023 is made possible by Republic Bank. We're the one for you. The National Lotteries Authority, Grenlec, and Hard-On Plus.
I want to control your anger. There's a way to feel better. That's one thing to remember. No matter where you are, you can be a star. Stop and take a deep breath and relax yourself. Take another deep breath and relax it, and relax it. Eliminate violence.
It's 11 minutes after 7 o'clock, and good morning to you. Once again, we do apologize for the unavailability of our Facebook Live broadcast this morning. It's due to some technical difficulties that we are experiencing. We are going to work on it diligently throughout the day so that we can have it resumed at the earliest convenience. Nonetheless, the show must go on. You understand what I'm saying? That's the way. Rain can't stop the reggae jam, yes. Good morning to each and every one of you. Pastor Blackett, good morning. How you doing? You were on my mind this morning too. You all right? All right. Seeing you tomorrow night, right? Nice. Good. Okay, the word of the day so far this morning was the word lackluster, and it describes something lacking in sheen, brilliance, or vitality. In other words, something dull or mediocre. Yeah. And the thought of the day was, gold is the currency of kings, silver is the currency of gentlemen, barter is the currency of peasants, but debt is the currency of slaves. Quite a lot of us are slaves to debt, yeah? Yeah. Quite a lot of us. And how do we get out of it? Only God knows, but He will find a way. He will make a way where there seems not to be one. Yep. It's 12 minutes after 7 o'clock. That is the time. Well, buzzing this morning, like I said, Kirani takes to the tracks today in the the athletics championship that's going on now in Budapest. He has the semi-final race just about 3 o'clock today. Of course, we look forward to him being successful again and going on to the final and winning. All right, also buzzing, the Public Workers Union has renamed its scholarship program and now bears the name of one of its former presidents in recognition of sterling contribution to the trade union movement. We also hear that the suspect of the Egmont Point shooting on Carnival Monday is 22-year-old Johann Charles. He made his first court appearance before Chief Magistrate Francine Foster at the St. George's No. 1 Magistrates Court on Monday. Yesterday, we saw the Grenada Tourism Authority clarifying the story behind a new underwater sculpture, which raised some eyebrows when photographs of it were shared earlier this month. You saw it on the news too. What's the name again? Something of the sea. Yeah, some protector of the sea or something like that. We also heard that the Integrity Commission has a new head in the person of Attorney Gillian Bristol. She was first announced as the chairperson of the Integrity Commission during the tribute section of the funeral service for the late retired Justice Monica Joseph. And again, 115 Grenadians received free dental care yesterday at the National Cricket Stadium. That was supported by the Sandals Foundation. Volunteer dentists from Canada and the USA kicked off the now annual initiative, which continues through till next Friday, the 1st of September. The general public is welcome to the general public is welcome to the walk-in only clinic for cleanings, fillings, and extractions. All right, is there anything buzzing in your community? Yesterday, I deliberately did not... Okay, I shouldn't say that. Okay, nonetheless, you have to be, when you're in this thing, you have to be so guarded because some, folks are like eggshells sometimes and you don't want to step on them, but we had the conversation yesterday on the situation with the sculptures at the Molyneux sculpture site, and some people had quite a number of reservations as to the new sculptures and so forth. This is the opportunity to call in and raise any concerns that you may have, anything that's pertaining to what we have in the buzz here this morning, or is there something in your community or something of national interest that you'd like to bring to the fore? This is your opportunity to do just that. The number to call is 435-2041. I'm sorry to those of you in the diaspora who usually link up with us via our Facebook page. Well, you can someone might tell you that you can join us on our YouTube channel or via the television. So here's your opportunity. Give us a call, 435-2041. Let's talk. Talk to me. Call me. like to say, extend kudos to the members of the CID, of the RGPF for, that quick resolution or inroads made in that Carnival Monday homicide at Egmont Point. Yeah, we heard that one suspect has been arrested and charged, brought before the court. 22-year-old. His name is Johann Charles of Woburn in St. George. And there are other talks, surrounding that whole thing that will come through to us eventually. Yeah, so we expect to get more information as the police make more inroads in that matter as the days and weeks progress. So we look forward to that, Yep, so again, is there anything that you'd like to talk about this morning? Tomorrow I will be joined by my good friend Colin Campbell as we look at parenting or lack thereof. He's very concerned about some instances that showed up during the carnival season. So we're going to have a discussion on that tomorrow, and we do anticipate your participation. Let's do that. That's for tomorrow. Something that is of concern, there's one gentleman or lady, I don't know, that always reminds us to keep Grenada clean. Yeah, throw your garbage in a bin, beautify our country by not littering, keep our country beautiful and serene by not littering. So that is another one that we cannot depend wholly and solely on the Solid Waste Management Authority to clean up. If we clean up, we carry our waste in an appropriate place, which is a bin or so. Stop throwing things out of the window. And to me, that is very, very important. There's something that I'd like to touch on. I'd like to hear what is your thought on it. Let me do this. It has to do with Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell calling on Grenadian communities to reclaim their neighborhoods. And we're seeing quite a number of initiatives in that light. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think it's possible? You heard it in the news that, the government can't do everything, and he'd like to see more community involvement, engagement with community stakeholders, and so forth. Do you think that can work? Give me a call, 435-2041. Yep, getting the communities to actually be involved in all spheres of community life, and which by extension will touch Grenada as a whole. Because if every community does something that uplifts that community, then eventually that upliftment will become a totality. Let's go to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Yes, good morning.
Welcome to the program.
Yes, I want to raise two issues. One is how close the boats are coming to the beach.
What boats?
Saturday,
what boats are you talking about?
The boats. It's not only fishing boats, but the other boats are very close to where people are swimming. On Saturday, we were swimming there on the beach, Grenada Beach I'm talking about.
Okay, that's what I was wanting.
Yes, and there was a guy who was repairing his boat on the beach in the water where people were swimming. The fumes from that boat was coming out. The smoke was coming out while people were trying to swim. And I mean, it was so close to the shore. It's unbelievable. He was even smoking a cigarette while he was doing that repairs there. That's my first issue. A second issue, I believe in recycling. And I feel very bad that most of the time you have to throw away the bottles and whatever that could be recycled. Yesterday, I went to Camahon Park. I had because I was looking for the recycled containers for a very long time. I went to Camahon Park and I saw that they had containers. I took my bottles to put in the recycling container, the plastic and the glass bottles. And I had a security guard who walked up to me and told me I cannot put my bottles in the recycling container. And I said to her, why? No, it's not for people like me who's coming from off of Cameron Park. The recycling containers are for people who are eating on Cameron Park, and they have nowhere to put their recycling. So that is put placed there for them. I think that is nonsense. I think it shouldn't matter where or who is coming to put recycling there, because I believe in keeping the environment clean. And when people are telling you that kind of nonsense, I think it's ridiculous. I did call the waste management and spoke to someone there, and he told me he never knew that anybody that we weren't allowed to put things there. I said to him, well, I don't know. The security guard just came up and told me I couldn't do it. He said to me, well, I will talk to them about it because I never knew anything about that. I can't imagine why you were telling people that they cannot put the recycling inside there. I think that's ridiculous.
Okay.
Something needs to be done. And I asked him if I can. I asked the guy at Waste Management, if I cannot put my recycling there, where is there a place that I could put my recycling? And his answer was, well, there's a place in the park. Is it the park? Karani place out there. And I think that's nonsense. I'm not going all over there to put recycling. So, I mean, we need to do something. If we're serious about recycling, we need to make containers available everywhere and for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much. I do hope that your concerns will be addressed at the most convenient time. It's 23 minutes after 7 o'clock. That is the time. The number to call, it's 435-2041. It's the conversation this morning. This is the opportunity for you to let your voice be heard. All right. I am liking the idea that the Prime Minister spoke about with the community groups forming and asking and urging them to reclaim their neighborhoods. I like that. Good morning, caller.
Yes, good morning to you, sir.
How are you?
You're quiet, and how are you today?
I am fine.
Now, with respect to the Prime Minister's call, it's welcome. But what I have discovered in the not-too-distant past is that we have groups who are willing to do things. For instance, my group, which is doing a lot of work, and we're not getting the response from the authorities. Yeah, we submit things to them and nobody responded. I have a concern with the fund that the Prime Minister is talking about for the purpose of extending the same extend the same community. Now, if you're going to set up a fund, who will manage the fund? And would it be a habitual thing that you're going to take this money to actually do government maintenance work? And what do the taxes do?
What fund are you talking about?
Well, the Prime Minister is talking about setting up a fund, yeah? A fund that people can contribute to, which will go towards maintaining and cleaning up the community.
Oh, that was read yesterday. You heard that in the news yesterday,
yes,
right?
That came in the news.
I think what that was actually about, he said that this fund will be geared for, he said once election date is called, people can contribute to that fund that will take care of campaigning activities. That's what it's really about.
Oh, is that campaign activities?
Yes.
No. I do see the public getting involved in that at all. You know, you raise your funds in other ways, maybe secretly, but I don't think you should call on the community to raise funds for campaigning.
Well, I think the format of it would be, okay, for example, there are two major parties in Grenada. That's a given, yeah. NNP and NDC. So once, what the idea behind it, in my interpretation, is that once the election date is called, these boxes are set up in constituency offices, and the various supporters for the parties would. So if I'm an NDC supporter, I'll go to that constituency office and contribute.
No, I don't see that a possibility at all. You see, we realize, and we should realize by now, what this politics is doing to the nation people, and we should not pull the people into the direct politics, because this is going to create more problem. I'm not saying that people shouldn't contribute, but don't pull in the society, where it could create problems. You see the division. I am condemning that at all. Condemn from now.
Okay.
That shouldn't happen at all. In terms of the community, what is called community development, I believe the government should set up a system like the past, a community development division, and the various groups can apply to this body for assistance. Because if you're going to ask the community to do that kind of work on a continuous basis, how would other people get work? And what part of the community would you want to do? Now, regular work should be done by the government through the system. Community development is the extension of the community, which means that's cleaning up beaches and other new areas. That's what considered community development. But the existing thing where the government is supposed to clean the drainage as it now is very dirty, I don't see the people getting too involved in that. I mean, say they can do it because I used to be doing it. But I don't see people getting too involved in that. That is work for the consolidated funds to do, So this is what I see. Community development should be done by the community if it's extended. But the regular work like cleaning the drain, that should be done by the system. Okay. If you take that away from people, then what else would you give them to do?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Take care.
Thank you, caller. Have a good one.
Okay.
28 minutes after 7, that is the time. One of our WhatsApp contributors says, Mrs. Laurette Claxton was my nursing tutor and a very good and knowledgeable one too. As a counselor, she got us prepared for the many things that would affect nursing. Now it is happening, so I'm not really surprised. I'm very happy that the name Claxton lives on. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, how are you?
I am alive and thankful. How about you?
All right, I'm good. I'm just watching the sun come up over me there.
Okay, how does it look?
It looks bright and beautiful. Some clouds behind it though, but it doesn't look heavy.
Okay. All right.
All right. I heard you make mention of the Prime Minister's comment concerning reclaiming the community.
The neighborhoods, yes.
Yeah, the neighborhood. No, I feel like I want to make a positive, what I should say, input. But however, I do not have the information that is necessary because I didn't hear the speech. So I don't know as to what is the nature, what is the circumstances, or who is in possession of the community basically. Because what I'm saying is, if you're going to reclaim it, it means that it is in the possession of somebody or something. I don't know what was the root cause or what was behind that. But at least if we have to reclaim it, we must know at least who has it, what has it, what condition it's in.
I think my understanding on that is what we're seeing now, the trend of deviant behaviors and so forth, and I think it's a whole moral something where it is claimed that morality is gone and so forth. So I guess community involvement, engagement, especially with our young people, the elders getting involved and so forth, and not bring it back to old time days, but some semblance of normalcy in that light. I think that is the direction that conversation was headed.
Okay. All right. So I guess as much we have a general idea as to the condition.
Yes.
All right. Yeah.
Thank you, caller. Thank you very much. Good. 30 minutes after 7 o'clock, that is the time. The number to call, it's 435-2041. Yep. Let's go back to the telephone now. Good. We lost that one. Okay, you can give us a call. Yep. Make your contribution known. Let your point be heard. Good morning, caller.
Hi,
Hi, good morning to you, my friends.
How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great, thank you.
Okay, good.
Just came from my gardening, morning gardening, yeah.
What you planting? You're planting a lot of watermelons, right?
Not in Pueblo.
Okay.
But trying to get some lettuce down today.
Okay, good, man.
Great. Now, I didn't hear the detail of that discussion with the lady who spoke about
the garbage disposal. Yeah.
Yes. Was she saying that she brought the refuse into the park and someone stopped her from doing it?
Yeah, she said she was intent on depositing it in one of the bins provided, and she was told that it's for people who are using the park or something of that nature.
Well, there is an old saying that bins attract trash. You just put a garbage bin down and suddenly it's filled because people they gravitate towards the bin. I think that we have to discourage this thing of people moving from their homes especially and coming to a place like this and putting trash. We seem to forget that when we pay for an item, we pay for everything, including the packaging. The packaging is ours. In many cases, the packaging is more than the actual the contents. It costs more. But suddenly, we use the contents and we throw it. It's no longer ours. So the public has to take care of it now. As I mentioned last week, we have a dog, and it dies.
It's not ours.
It's not ours anymore.
Yeah, no owner.
No owner. You bring it to the garbage bin, and it stinks up the whole place, the whole neighborhood. The men who have to clean those bins have to put up with this thing in the early morning, and we have to take responsibility for our waste. And I'm totally against someone leaving their homes or anywhere far away. If you're on the beach, fine, but to come and use the bin in the park, it is for, I agree with the security in that point, it's for people who are at the park. It should not be attracting litter from outside and from elsewhere. So while I didn't hear the whole, discourse, I think that that officer was in place.
Okay.
On the matter, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Someone is saying here on WhatsApp, with regards to the Cameron Park issue, the security is right. If you give people a chance, they will bring all the garbage from home and empty it in the park.
They'll bring their dog in there too.
Okay.
Yeah, we can't encourage that. On the matter of the Prime Minister's speaking about the communities, I agree that we have to work and to build our communities, but I hope that we would focus on our communities all year round and throughout the whole life cycle or the term of any government, and not until election time. I didn't hear again the full text of what he said, but waiting for elections and then people contributing. No, let us spend as much as we can when there is no politics in the air.
I think the intent was basically for campaigning purposes. You see, like in the U.S. where you have donors and how you call them, the mega PACs and so forth that contribute towards the party's campaigning initiatives.
Yeah.
So that's the intent.
I don't want us to go down that road. I want us to love each other. I want us to focus on building our communities every day, all year long. When the election campaign comes around, those who want to contribute to the parties and the big businesses who want to get involved,
the power packs,
let them stay out there and do it. Let them do it secretly or anonymously and do the thing. But to encouraging people at that point in time of heightened, sensitivity, and so to start going in and deposit and putting money, I do not agree. If that's what I'm understanding, I think electioneering time is a time we should try to avoid this kind of competition. And so I feel that we should focus more on when there is no election in the air, when good things can happen, people are sincere and genuine, and really good things come out of our communities.
While at this, someone just after election last year, someone raised the topic of campaigning without party colors. What is your take on that?
Well, I agree with that. I, for one, don't believe that it's Well, it is something. Well, it's always been there, and people can. If you go to a rally and you want to wear your party colors, you're free to do so because you're going to rally, behind your party. If you go to a cricket match, you wear your West Indies colors.
Yeah,
it's the Indians. So this is a norm. I mean, we don't want to stop it from doing that.
Okay.
But some people wear it everywhere they go.
Yeah.
They go to the supermarket. Everywhere you go, they're in your face and they're wearing these colors. Even after elections and everywhere else. But I don't think we'll get rid of the colors. I mean, colors are, it's a demonstration of support.
Because, in Jamaica, there are some parts that you can't go wearing an orange jersey, and some parts you can go with a green jersey and so forth, yeah?
But for the events on the day, the rallying, and so just as when you go to the cricket matches, they said, I don't think it's out of place. But we don't want to have it so pronounced. And everywhere you go that you can see somebody and say, oh, look at this. Oh, some people get offended by that, and we don't. I just think, again, as I said before, these things have the place, just as in terms of the donations and so. But as a people, let us encourage, one another to be more loving.
I am about to do something that I can only do because you're my friend. What's your favorite color?
It's beige brown. Mild colors. I'm not into the bright one. But actually, I ended up wearing pink recently.
Okay.
It is the new blue.
All right.
Pink is the new blue.
Yes. Have a good one, bro.
Thank you very much.
We'll be in touch. God bless.
Have a great day. Sure.
All right, folks, it's 23 minutes until 8 o'clock. At this time, we take a commercial break. We'll be back after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
Co-owner and founder of Grenada Tours, Taxi and Rental. We provide transportation tours in the field of tourism. Being in the field of tourism, the pandemic have taught us that we need all the help we can get, which the NIF has been very helpful in doing so. But as a small business owner, we are even more excited right now with the new initiative that the NIF have launched, providing a little bit more flexibility for small businesses like ourselves. So we definitely encourage all of the small business to consider getting on board with the NIF and this new initiative that allows the level of flexibility that they have implemented.
Summer is here, and it's time to level up with ACB Grenada Bank. We understand that sometimes you need a little extra help to make the most of your summer plans. Whether it's a relaxing getaway or improvements for the home, like a new AC to beat the summer heat. An unsecured loan from ACB Grenada Bank can make it happen. ACB Grenada Bank. Simply smarter banking.
Do you have an idea for a training program that can lead to the development of economic activity in your community? Then call the National Training Agency. The NTA will help you identify trainers and will also assist you to develop and implement training programs. So whether it's community tourism, strawcraft production, small engine repairs, agri-food processing, agriculture, or any other vocational or creative industry skill, call the National Training Agency to help you implement your community-based training. Call 435-9092-9093. Training Agency. Enhancing the employability of Grenada's workforce.
I can see clearly now, the rain is gone.
At Guardian Group, we've seen so many of our customers achieve great things. So, it's no surprise that after 175 years, our optimism is stronger than ever. Because when you've partnered with people to achieve their best lives as long as we have, you tend to see the world a little brighter every day. Guardian Group. Live easy.
All right, welcome back. It's 20 minutes on to 8 o'clock as it relates to the Republic Bank CPL that's ongoing. There are no matches on today, but however, the matches resume tomorrow. That's Wednesday at 7 p.m. We've got the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots doing battle with the Jamaica Talawas, and that match is being played at Warner Park Sporting Complex in St. Kitts. The GBN television news will be broadcasted at 6 p.m. On Thursday the 24th, we've got St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots doing battle with the Guyana Amazon Warriors again at 7 p.m. So you know the news will be broadcasted at 6 p.m. Good morning, caller.
Yes, good morning.
Welcome to the program.
I want to let people know that the two people that talk about the trash on Cameron Park, it is not trash that was placed in the can. It was recycling materials, bottles, glass bottles, and plastic bottles. And if we want to talk about keeping the environment clean and talk about recycling, we need to put bins in other areas so people can do it and not just on Cameron Park. That is nonsense. Everybody should be able to recycle and keep the environment clean. I pay taxes, and I think I'm entitled to put my recycling things wherever necessary.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you very much. It's 18 minutes on to 8 o'clock. 435-2041. It's the conversation for today, Tuesday. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Welcome to the program.
Mr. Innocent.
Hi, morning.
So innocent for some reason or other, but you're not so innocent, eh?
Okay.
I look at this putting money or making contribution in the boxes which they intend to put for the purpose of helping to run elections. Now, I certainly would put, but I would put when a minister is likely to win, so that when he wins, I will get some form of compensation.
When who wins?
I don't know. I don't think he'll do that. He'll hide to put. Anyhow, people put things. They like those things.
Are you there, caller? Okay, we seem to have lost that caller. 435-2041, that's the number to call. And while at this, let me tell you this. The NIS invites the general public to a Zoom meeting to present its new and improved self-employed regulations. The new self-employed approach makes contributing and benefiting from the NIS easier with 1. Flexible payments, 2. No penalties for late payments, and more. The Zoom meeting will be held on Thursday, 24th August 2023 at 11 a.m. and will also be streamed live on the NIS Facebook page. Request the Zoom link via WhatsApp at 403-7512. Again, the number 403-7512, or email pro@nisgrenada.org. Good morning, caller.
Morning, Innocent, and morning to you, listeners and viewers. Now, I just joined the program. Somebody called me and told me that you're talking about reclaiming the community this morning. I don't know, so can you?
Well, it's in the news. The Prime Minister, while being the guest speaker at the launch of a community group in Westerhall on Saturday, he used that platform to call on Grenada to reclaim our neighborhoods, call on the communities to reclaim our neighborhoods. That's the gist of it.
Yes, I would endorse that, but there's a lot that needs to be done. I mean, so much thing has been broken down. Trust, even the mere ability, and I heard one of your callers they mentioned that. I think the person was a Grenadian abroad who said, you know, the time when you said morning to everybody and so on. Even on the buses, you go and say good morning nowadays. People look at you as an alien. So there's a lot of things. We need to bring back respect. We need to bring back trust. And also the rule of law. there's so much misrule. The misrule of law in this country is something else.
But if I'm not mistaken, I am of the opinion that is what the Prime Minister is talking about. Use this forum to sort of, that's the reclamation that he's talking about.
Yeah, but that's probably, I've been calling for a long time for the role of the community development. I even questioned the Prime Minister or raised that when he was on Beyond the Line and I think other programs. But we need to, first of all, to know who we are. We don't know who we are. We are calling ourselves consumers, which is, to me, is a big insult. Who is a consumer? A monster. We should be citizens. And with citizens and residents, because not everybody here is citizen, but as much as possible. And citizens don't behave like idiots. You know, the other thing about people respecting each other, you have a community where there's certain restriction, where these things could never happen. In Lansapine, I live in a community where there are rules. People are trying to animal farm in a small little area and not considering the effect on one another. I have to be smelling goat pieces morning, noon, and night. There's all a situation where people spray insecticide as if it's perfume. I mean, it's so much tension. When people hear people commit suicide or that kind of thing, or other thing, I mean, they might make a lot of issue with it, but people are bearing a lot in this place. It's not the politics, it's the stupidity and the lack of carelessness. I mean, mindlessness is in this place, and it was cultivated over the years, deliberately. But I think I still have hope for the place. We could do if we really step back and think and consider each other. Not only ourselves, everybody trying to add on something, build something, put something, and we are dying alone. At this point, so let me use this opportunity to extend condolence to the relatives and family of Miss Christine Braffett of Lansapine. She happened to be one of the first treasurer of Friends of the Earth, one of the founders and treasurer of Friends of the Earth, and played a key role in the early stage of the development of Friends of the Earth. I want to extend my condolence on behalf of myself and the organization. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, caller. Have yourself a wonderful day now. It's 12 minutes on to 8 o'clock. And you know, at 8 we join the BBC for that bulletin of news. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, good morning.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Innocent.
Hi.
We have a situation that is brewing in Grand Mall.
Okay.
And I would love or like the relevant authorities to take charge of it, whether the Prime Minister himself could get involved, because it's something that is brewing quietly with a gentleman who bought a property and he claims the beachfront is his.
And that's in the Grand Mall area, right?
In Grand Mall.
Okay.
Understand? And I know I'm 65 years of age if I live to see this year. And as a young boy, that beachfront, we always was allowed to use it. There's elders in the community who's old, much older than me. We all never knew or never had a situation where we cannot pass on that beachfront. During this storm surge, some of the land was eroded. And I think government came in and packed stones.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, this gentleman came, and I don't know, he ended up buying the property. And now he barred people from passing in front of the saying this is. My concern is that there is children who travel up and down the beach, and they have to pass over the stones. God forbid one of those children slip and fall down and hit their head on a stone below. I pass there, and it is difficult. I will ask the government or the Prime Minister or the media to come and have a look at it, because it seems as though some of the people in authority are not seeing the importance of it. And he is creating havoc that nobody knows all that happens. So for me personally, I think they should come and do something about it before it gets out of hand. Grand Mall is a nice community. I went abroad and came back and invested in Grand Mall because I love Grand Mall. And I believe we're talking about community. Community spirit comes from within. You born and bred and grow up in a community, and it takes you to come back and invest in your own community. That shows love for the community. And I love my community. I want to die in Grenada. I want to die living in the community where I grew up.
Hold on.
Gentlemen.
Hold on, partners. Make up your mind. You want to die living there?
I want to die. Okay, being living in Grenada then.
I understand. I'm just pulling your legs.
Being living in Grenada, I want to die in that community.
Okay.
So I would like, and it's a serious issue.
I agree with that, because from my knowledge, I think I do hope that I'm correct and that the laws haven't changed. But it is my knowledge that beaches are national property, state property. Even if you're buying property, I don't think the beach will be sold. I think that's a regional policy. Do you remember the mighty Gabby out of Barbados singing that song, Jack Beach is Mine?
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. Well, I know the relevant authorities. They always listen, and I will take a note of it. And I cannot promise you anything. I'm not into politics.
No, I'm not promise. I don't want to promise. I just want.
I want it to be looked into.
Looked into, and seriously, if mistakes was made by government in whatever decision was made, correct it.
Yeah.
Because the community now is at loggerheads with this gentleman.
And it could lead to further conflicts, right?
Precisely. And who you're going to blame? And if any child pass it for whatever reason and get killed, something are blaming the government of Grenada.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Have a good one. All right, it's 8 minutes on to 8 o'clock. I want to take the time off and say good morning to a goodly gentleman I met yesterday, Pastor John St. Bernard. Good morning. How are you? A very wise man at that, a humble man. Good morning. Good morning. He said he's a retired pastor. You don't retire from ministry, papi. Although he said, I'm retired from pastoring the church, but I'm not retired from ministry. Good morning to you, bro. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Folks, it's 7 minutes on to 8 o'clock. We take our final commercial break in the segment, and then we come back and do the wrap on the program.
The Ministry of Tourism and Economic Development and the Grenada Tourism Authority extend a warm welcome to visitors and returning nationals visiting for Carnival and summer vacation. We do hope you enjoy your stay with us, and we invite you to return with friends and family to celebrate our 50th anniversary of independence on 7th February 2024. Tourism is my business, your business, our business.
Summer is here, and it's time to level up with ACB Grenada Bank. We understand that sometimes you need a little extra help to make the most of your summer plans. Whether it's a relaxing getaway or improvements for the home, like a new AC to beat the summer heat. An unsecured loan from ACB Grenada Bank can make it happen. ACB Grenada Bank. Simply smarter banking.
At Guardian Group, we've seen so many of our customers achieve great things. So, it's no surprise that after 175 years, our optimism is stronger than ever. Because when you've partnered with people to achieve their best lives as long as we have, you tend to see the world a little brighter every day. Guardian Group. Live easy.
5 minutes away from 8 o'clock. Let's get back to the telephone line as we do the wrap. Good morning, caller.
Yes, good morning. Let me just, I know you have stuck for time, but let me send a teaser this morning. I discover that government is struggling to run the country, maybe the region. What is the purpose of the central bank? And let me propose this. I believe that the central bank should take responsibility for all capital projects within the system, allowing government to use the consolidated fund for maintenance and subventions and putting people to work. I think if we change that kind of system to do that, we will have much better government, not only in the region and Grenada, but the world. Let the central bank take responsibility for capital undertakings so that the government finances through commerce can do its other work.
But don't you think doing that, using that methodology would sort of hinder government's autonomy of governance?
No, because where do the central bank get the money to manage? They use our monies. They manage that. They loan that. We can print money to fight war. Why can't we print money to do capital project? Yeah? The citizens, you have to take responsibility for the citizens, right? And that's what we're managing for. And if people are struggling, in what other way would you help them if government through commerce is not getting the revenue? What is the central bank doing there? The central bank, that is their responsibility. They have currency printing rights. And so they can print. What is the value of a man? Is a man cheaper than gold? A bar of gold could cost anywhere between $1 million and $2 million. What's the value of a man? More than that. So if I say the value of a man is $1 billion, print money pertinent to taking care of people. Yeah? Okay. This is where we have to go if you want to solve the problem in the world.
Okay.
You're managing to keep people alive, and you can't have insufficient currencies on the market and expect things to go well. So central banks take responsibility for all capital projects, whatever it may be. The government will provide the information. You will put your technicians to do the work. Let government take the consolidated fund to do other things.
Thank you, caller.
Have a great day, sir.
Yeah, you too. All right, so one contributor says, how could you take back your community when restrictions are placed on where you place your recycling materials? Isn't this part of keeping the community clean? Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Innocent, and how are you today?
I am good. I am in need of some mangoes, man.
Mangoes, boy. That is creating a real problem. All in the stadium yesterday.
Listen to me, partners. I don't want you advertising that mango too much.
Well, that is the best.
No, that mango is for me.
Wildwood. That is it.
All right, we're running out of time. Talk to me quickly.
Yeah, what I'm making contribution is this, how to call it, this waste system, this term. Now, the Ministry of Health, they're asking us to put out your garbage. You're trying to clean Grenada. But at the same time, you have to, they bring in these smaller bins, which cannot hold all the waste, all the garbage. Right. So what I have to do is these same green bins, do not move away these bigger bins from there. Place them somewhere close to the thing. So it's going to be a start where the people are going to see this bin and then will start, gradually will start doing the recycling, putting the things in it. They move away the bin from by the cemetery. No bins there.
Okay.
Where you want people to think, what happening in Cameroon Park, there was a bigger bin there, taking a heavier waste, I don't know, right?
Yeah.
So what they do, they put the new bins inside of the park, under the trees, but they move away the big one. So now, the people fighting to throw everything into these small bins. So the security may be trying to control. No, leave these big bins. Instead of moving out right now, instead of moving these big bins away, you should be increasing some of the bins, these small drums, with skip, or what you call them, dumpster. For instance, by the cemetery, you have to be placing 2 or 3 dumpsters there together with it. Not everyone can put out waste every morning. The location and situation at Grenada.
Caller, we have to cut. We'll continue that conversation, all right?
Right.
It's a very pertinent conversation, but we have to cut, okay?
Thank you.
All right, folks, this is where we wrap up the program this morning. We're out of time. Thank you very much for your contributions and the participation. edition. And if the good Lord spare our lives, we'll do it again tomorrow, same time, same frequency. That's it for the program. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.